extend the lead 3-1. Cruz with his first homer of the year, expected to be first of many.
The Tigers start cracked a two-run shot as part of a 5-run fifth inning that helped propel LSU to a 9-2 victory over Western Michigan on Sunday. Cruz finished with 3 hits in the Tigers' 3-game sweep of the Broncos, but he also scored 4 times. The purple and gold pitching staff was outstanding all weekend long, allowing only 5 runs in 27 innings pitched. Up next, the Tigers host Southern on Tuesday afternoon before participating in the Round Rock Classic with Kansas State, Iowa, and Sam Houston State. But speaking of LSU star players, the Tigers have won on the hardwood. Forward Angel Reese continued her incredible season with another dominant performance yesterday versus Florida.
Florida coming the other way. It was Correa who got it into the lane. Dean had it knocked away, and Reese at the top of the key. She's going all the way to the pocket, lays it in. With 2 players around her, Reese kept control as 27-20.
Reese continues to cement her candidacy for National Player of the Year in collegiate women's basketball. With a 25.16 rebound performance, she's now averaging 23.7 points per game, which ranks 5th in the country, and 15.5 rebounds per game, 2nd in the nation. LSU took down Florida 90-79 in Gainesville to improve to 25-1 overall, with only 2 regular season games remaining until the SEC tournament. We'll see if Reese can continue her strong debut in the purple and gold travel to Nashville to face Vanderbilt on Thursday. Charlie Long, WWL Sports.
News, time is 9:06.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your bank. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and FDIC. Now, your Garcia roofing forecast on WWL.
Gonna be a nice Monday for Monday Gras. High temperatures in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies, southwest wind. Tonight, watching for some fog. Maybe some fog early tomorrow morning. If you're heading out to Sulu early, you might see some of that fog. But late morning and afternoon, upper 70s to near 80 degrees for your Mardi Gras, so a warm one. And a little bit muggier. Heading in through the rest of the week, spring-like weather is here to stay. We're going to be near 80 degrees all the way into the weekend. From your local weather expert forecast center, I'm WWL TV meteorologist Peyton Malone.
Thank you, Peyton. A beautiful day all across the New Orleans metro area. It is 65 degrees at New Orleans International Airport in Kenner. We are up to 67 in downtown New Orleans. North of the lake in Slidell, it's 68 under clear to partly cloudy skies. WWL News time is 9:07. Time for traffic. Courtney, still holiday traffic out there?
Yes, still the holiday traffic. From the Acadian windows inside WWL Traffic Center, I'm Courtney P. Bonnie carries the window delays to report in either direction. I-10 East Kenner to downtown New Orleans, about a 14-minute commute. I-10 West Kenner to La Place do have a moderate delay right around the airport. That does ease very quickly. Now, I-10 East leaving New Orleans, I-10 West leaving New Orleans East headed to downtown, have a convoy of Mardi Gras folks that's been making their way from Slidell this morning, and we believe making their way to Metairie as they are being escorted by JPSO. They are now right at the Morrison curve, and the backup is about 2.5 miles, reaching to about 510. So just be mindful that they are making their way through the city. It's going to be a slow go around them as they are taking up the right and center lanes at this time. Downtown elevated and the flyover are running at speed. Crescent City connection, Westbank to downtown, you'll see a few brake lights after you cross the river. UVP along the causeway, no delays there. I-55 and I-12 are free and clear. Have a traffic tip? Call WWL at 504-260-INFO.
Thank you, Courtney. I'm Ian Ozan, WWL First News.
Tommy Tucker, news and info that matters to you on WWL and always live on the free Odyssey app. Join us on the Oakland Heart Jewelers Talk and Text line, 504-260-1870.
909. I'm excited to do this. This is the first time we've done this since COVID, I think, right? Ben, who is off the air, not saying anything, but I think it's since COVID. And Nancy Rex and his lovely queen have come in. We missed it because of COVID, but it's good to get back to it. And with that, we welcome the king and queen of Carnival. Ladies first, Your Majesty. Is that okay? All right. Our queen is Eveline Finlay Gomilla. Yes, known as Evie, right? The big Saints fan?
Yes.
How did you find out you were going to be queen of Carnival?
I found out last April. My parents came up to visit me at UVA, and we went to my grandmother's farm that was nearby in Virginia. And we went to go riding, and right when I was about to get on the horse, my dad called out my name and told me that he had my crop, and when I turned around, he had his Rex Lieutenant's crop with a gold crown tied to it.
Yes. That's great. And what about since then?
Since then, it's just been busy preparing, designing the dress, and getting all the details in place, but it's been exciting to be able to really get to experience it all now.
Yeah, I saw the story. His Majesty took some I guess, keen lessons, I don't know how to put it, with protocol, right, with throne and sitting on a throne and waving a scepter and so forth, right?
That is correct. As you would imagine, that's not something that comes naturally.
You do every day. No. Well, actually, I have the staff do it here with me, just but what about you? Did you have to take any protocol lessons?
Yes, I've done a few training sessions, and then last night we got to practice with the whole corps, which was really special.
I bet it was. What do your friends at the University of Virginia think? Do they understand the scope of this?
I think they're beginning to. Luckily, I've
prolific airline entrepreneur in the world who started, I think, 5 other airlines, including JetBlue. And the way I kind of think about Breeze, it's almost like if JetBlue and Southwest, went and had like an airline love child, that would be Breeze. It's convenient, it's fun, it's low cost but high quality. And as much as we talk about the glamour flights like British Airways, maybe Air France, being able to get to Pittsburgh or Savannah or even LA direct is probably even a more practical daily use to our business community.
And the interesting thing, Michael, for the benefit of the listening audience, is that every time that we have a different airline that's having success, we have other airlines that look to not only increase their capacity or maybe new entrants, coming into our airport, right?
Oh, yeah, there's absolutely no doubt about that. These airlines are kind of making decisions about $100 million assets. I mean, these are big assets. They're trying to decide where they go. And so they are watching each other, they're watching the numbers, and there's a kind of laddering. I mean, there's no question that the interest of Air France, to some degree it's been spurred by President Macron, to some degree it's been spurred by Mrs. Gail Benson, but it's also been spurred by the success of British Airways, where we've been their #2 most successful domestic launch. And so every time we're able to have an airline and then have it sustained, it means that getting the next flight, which might be international or might be domestic, becomes that much easier. Without question, getting that first British Airways flight, the first international since 1984, was the hardest turn of the flywheel. And now that it looks like it's sticking, I think we're back up to 5 days now, it means that getting the future flights, while still a challenge, will become that much easier.
Absolutely. Senator Cassidy has been very vocal about flood insurance changes. He's pushing the edges of the envelope, and have we seen any progress?
One, let me give credit to Senator Cassidy as well as Senator Kennedy and all of our reps, Scalise, Graves, Carter, and everyone. They continue to pound the sand on this. The reality is that we have not gotten much satisfaction yet from FEMA or Congress on this. The issue that we have explained to FEMA is that risk rating 2.0, which is what is driving up our rates, is a black box. And unlike your credit score, where when your credit score goes up or down, you can understand why, and you can either check to make sure that it's accurate and or do something to improve it. They're not giving us any of that information on risk rating 2.0. Frankly, it's because I think they don't know themselves. Here's what I think is going to go on. This is a little different than people might remember 10 years ago with bigger.
We're a little critical of the Biden administration. It's not a good policy to provoke our largest trading partner by inflaming speech about enemies. Tact is needed, which your brain dead ass lacks. Really. Well, when they continue to do what they're doing, what choices do you have? No one is saying that we need to go poke the bear, but is there any doubt best interest of the United States. Not now, not ever. Why is that so hard to recognize, realize, and just admit? And then start acting like they're our enemy. It doesn't mean that you don't engage in foreign policy with them. You keep your friends close and your enemies closer. It doesn't mean that, but let's come to this realization. Why are we all tied up like a pretzel as to what we're going to say about China and how we're going to deal with this and how we delay decision making on any number of fronts because we're afraid of the reaction of China. We know what they're doing with their enhanced alliance with the Russians as a result of Ukraine. We know that we are spending billions upon billions upon billions of dollars in sending arms over there. We know that they are engaging in atrocious war crimes because they believe that this is about us and them, meaning both China and Russia. Now, allegedly, a lot of folks will say, well, what about the balloons under the Trump administration? Well, I think you had a military guy that said they didn't tell the Trump administration about the balloons. So they couldn't have known. And in fact, most of the civilian appointees to the military, the defense secretary and others, have all said, no one ever told us about Chinese balloons penetrating our airspace. That's a tragedy. It is, absolutely. Who are these people that feel like they can filter information when it comes to our homeland security? This whole thing is not really about who's in the White House, folks. It's really about our homeland security. And it seems as though we have difficulty in figuring out what it is that we want to do. We're confused. We have mission confusion as it relates to homeland security and China. You should not be surprised at the least bit as I've talked about what's going on at the border. And if you don't think they're lying about that, you're sadly mistaken. They're lying. They've been lying. They continue to lie. And we continue to suffer the ills of their lies at the border. So there's no big surprise about their willingness to lie. It's the same thing that you're going to find with the Hunter Biden laptop that, as AOC referred to, that half-baked concoction, right? Have you seen the intelligence officials now that they're starting to get subpoenas to come before committees on the threat of subpoenas to come before the House Oversight Committee on this? They are backstroking so bad, it's ridiculous. They're going to set world records in the backstroke. That they really didn't say that this was Russian misinformation. What? They must think we're stupid. Now look, there's no party that has a corner on this. I get it. It's all about control. And we need to call it out when we see it. You call it out now because Biden was there. I called it out when Trump was there.